all of you potential HUD homeowners.
Yes.
We're here today just to give you a little bit of information about HUD and the HUD process, what it takes. So sit back, relax, and it's not going to be long. We're just going to go through something real fast and so that you can understand how that process works. Okay, go ahead, Shonnie.
Yes. Hello. So we're Shonnie and Diane, and we are HUD local listing brokers, which means that HUD has hired our brokerage firm to educate the community and sell you all HUD homes. And we've been in business forever, so we consider ourselves experts and resources to you all. And we hope that you enjoy this presentation. So let's go ahead and share the screen. Okay. So we'll start, actually, let me go back up because I want to make sure we have that part first. We want to know what is a HUD home. So a HUD home is a home that it's a foreclosure, right? And HUD is now listing that home for sale to owner occupants, investors, or nonprofit organizations or government entities. And so HUD is a proponent for, pushing home ownership.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is the person who owned the home before had a government-backed loan, FHA loan, they defaulted and it went back to HUD. HUD is now reselling it to another HUD home owner. So when you're thinking about a HUD home, you have the option of buying a single family home where there's just one family living in the dwelling, or it could be a duplex, triplex, or quadruplex, up to four units in that dwelling. So HUD will allow you to, if they sell it, they have it for sale, you can purchase it as a owner occupant. Yeah.
And so keep in mind that these HUD properties are not low-end houses. They are homes that many of them are in good condition. And of course, some of them are not in the best condition, then they're sold as is, whether it's in the great condition or whether it needs repair. HUD makes no repairs on the properties, but although some are in move-in condition, so that would be great for you if it is, but then some people like to go in and do things that are cosmetic, that carpet and paint that's needed. So don't be discouraged when you walk inside of a house and you say, oh my gosh, it needs this, but no, it's paint and carpet many of the times. So if you can see past that, you can get you a diamond. We call a diamond in the rough many cases because that's what they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so HUD homes are, yes, it's a foreclosure, yes, but you're not going to, see this deep discount like it's a fire sale. That's not really, HUD has the home appraised. So there's no, question as to what the value is when HUD conducts the appraisal. So the home is listed at that appraised value. So, it's not going to be like the lowest price home in a neighborhood because it's a foreclosure. It's going to be, priced based on the actual value. Yeah.
The fair market value.
Yep.
Is, as you see in the slide here, is the fair market value.
Mm-hmm.
And many times there are some HUD houses that are that would have been on the market for quite a substantial amount of time. They will be sold for maybe a little bit less than fair market, but that's because it's been sitting out there, in many cases. But yeah, so don't be discouraged when you see HUD homes. Be ready to jump in there, take a look at them, and make you an offer.
Oh, for sure. Oh, did we mention it's sold as is? I think
yes.
We did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as
sold
is.
As is.
Yeah.
HUD makes no repairs. They make no repairs on their properties. So when you go in there, just know that it's as is, but you'll see in another slide or two that you have the opportunity to do your due diligence to see the condition of the property.
Right. So yes, as is means that, you understand that the seller will not be doing repairs. Just to be clear. They know the condition of the home. They've actually had an inspection. They've had an appraisal conducted, and we, as the local listing brokers, we go and inspect it all the time.
Yes.
So they're very clear as to what the condition of the home is, and so they're not doing repairs. It's not happening, except for things like if the glass, the windows were broken or the doors are, are not closing shut, and things like that. They're going to make sure the security of the home is together. But as far as like, cosmetics and making sure there's, a newer water heater or the roof is brand new, things like that, it's just not going to happen. Okay. Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about liens and things like that, because a lot of times on foreclosure homes, sometimes they would have left utility bills owed, but you don't have to worry about that being a HUD homeowner. That's not something that you would be typically required to take care of. That will be on the seller, which is HUD.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. Oh, also, it's being sold as is, but you can have a home inspection conducted, mm-hmm. and HUD allocates a good amount of time for you to be able to do that. You have about 14 days, 15 days, mm-hmm. To have your hire a home inspector. They get out there, they inspect it, they get you a nice pretty report with pictures, you review it with your agent and decide, hey, we still love this home, we're going to move forward with it. Or if we decide, hey, we don't want to deal with this, there's repairs that we just were not wanting to be a part of, that's fine. You can then decide to, cancel the contract. So that's important for you to know.
And if you do everything within the time frame, then you don't lose your earnest money deposit.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to lose your money. You may lose a little time and the cost that you paid for the inspection to take place, but you won't lose your earnest money deposit, and that's really good. So who can buy a HUD home? Anyone can buy it. The owner occupant, investors, government agencies, mm-hmm. and nonprofit organizations can, purchase a HUD home. It just depends on how HUD has it listed, because sometimes they have it listed to where there's a period of time only for owner occupants, mm-hmm. or a period of time only for government agencies, mm-hmm. or nonprofit organizations. Sometimes they put it in a time slot, and then after a time goes by, then they'll open it up to other bidders. But anyone can purchase a HUD home. Yes. We'll talk about the buyer types.
Okay, so you have the investor, you have the government agencies, you have the owner occupants. And so they're, like as Shonnie said before, there are categories. During a certain times, it's open for that particular category. So if you're an owner occupant, or a government agency, you're going to get first priority when it comes to being able to view and bid on the property. Then if it doesn't sell during that time frame, then they open it up to investors. And so then if the investors don't do it, then it opens up to all bidders. So at that point, everybody has the opportunity to bid on the property. So you, as an owner occupant, you get first choice, mm-hmm. So you are the ones that HUD really wants to cater to, the owner occupants, although they do allow the government agencies, because they have nonprofits, and so they are working with the community as well to help people become homeowners. This is a whole idea behind what HUD is trying to do. They're trying to promote home ownership, owner occupancy, even though they don't discount the investor, but their first choice is you, the homeowner, to live in the properties, because they want to continue to build the communities all around the country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just because someone lost their home doesn't mean that we can't try to, get another mm-hmm. Homeowner in a home. So, but there's one thing about it, a few things about it. If you decide, hey, you want to purchase a HUD home and you're going to live in there as your permanent residence, you are an owner occupant, you have to understand that you must occupy that home for at least 1 year. and you cannot purchase another HUD home for 2 years after your purchase of that home. I mean, that's easy, you know, but just, you know, so you're clear on this. That's what HUD wants it to be. And you, when you purchase the home, you're actually signing off on documentation saying you understand it and you're going to abide by that. Yeah.
And you want to be, just to reiterate what Shonnie just said, you want to be honest in your purchase, because you if you say you are an owner occupant, then that's what you should be. If you are an investor, then that's what you are. But don't go in there as an investor under the guise of being an owner occupant. You don't want to do that. Just the thing is, just be honest.
Yes. And so HUD has some special programs that are very popular. There's the Good Neighbor Next Door program, and then there's the program for nonprofit and government agencies. So, you know, being able to, HUD just has, these are great programs, first of all, really great. And you have to fit the criteria to be able to participate in it. And HUD has to offer that particular home. So not every home will be a part of the special program. HUD has to identify that property beforehand. Hey, we're gonna do it as a Good Neighbor Next Door program. Then that's when it's available for you. So in the HUD site is great. It'll tell you that if they have any, it'll show as you filter through their site. You'll see what they have for the Good Neighbor Next Door program and for the opportunities to purchase as a nonprofit or a government agency.
And you'll know when you go to the website, you'll know what the criteria is for the Good Neighbor Next Door, you know, and for the HUD approved nonprofit agencies. And so there'll be no confusion. You'll be able to know and understand exactly where, if you fit into one of those categories.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What's the next slide? Okay, so this is a little bit more detail about the Good Neighbor Next Door program. It's for, you know, firefighters, EMTs, police, and teachers, and you get 50% off the property's list price, and you have a $100 down payment. And so it just has to be in a particular area of town, and you must stay in there for at least 36 months. And the buyer nor the spouse can have owned title to property in the last 12 months. And the bidder nor spouse cannot ever have participated in the Good Neighbor Next Door program. So easy again. They're not even, it's not even that hard to really qualify for it. If you're a teacher or police or EMT or a firefighter, this is something to, you know, take into consideration. You know, again, if you're interested in that, then all you have to do is just go to the HUD site and just filter through, and you'll see what homes are available for Good Neighbor Next Door. And this is just some additional information too. If you all have any questions about it, you reach out to us and we can, you know, discuss things further. But you're going to find a lot of value in the HUDHomestore.com. HUDHomestore.com. We'll make sure you get the information. No worries. Yeah. Okay. So HUD Home Ownership Incentives. Yes. So you've been probably talking to your mortgage lender and they've been sharing with you what the numbers look like. And they mentioned, you know, a down payment cost, and you probably heard 3.5%. You probably heard 3, 5, 10, 20. And so percentage, but HUD Homes is just $100.
This is a great incentive because it's not always around, but for right now, this incentive is huge. $100 down, and you still have to be responsible for your earnest money deposit. We'll get into that in a minute, but for your earnest money deposit, you'll still be responsible for it. And if you, this is only eligible to owner occupant buyers. So if you're the government agency or the nonprofits, you don't get this benefit. But if you're owner occupant, this is huge. This is for you.
For sure. Okay, so we'll go to this slide right here. So this is where we put in your, if you're contacting us to help you to purchase a HUD home, we have to submit your offer through a portal. So it's a little bit different from traditional sellers. Traditional sellers, we just gonna shoot an email to them, right, of the offer that we receive from buyers like yourself. So with HUD, they try to even the playing field so that offers that are being submitted are not going into an office, it's going into a computer database. And that database then, works the numbers out and does its magic and then finds what would be the best offer to HUD. So you don't have anyone shuffling papers just yet. It's just going through a portal. So we have to put your offer through this particular site. And let's see. Oh, you know what? Let me go back to that. There are some listing codes that will be listed on the home. And so for you, you may say, what in the world is all this? What does this stuff mean, these alphabets? And so here you have it. So flood zone, is there homeowner association, is there lead-based paint because the home was built prior to 1978. Those things are not necessarily something for you to be all the way concerned with right now. We, as your representation, will see these things and we'll have a conversation with you that reflects whatever these codes are, okay? And so that's that. Let's see, we move. Let's talk about FHA. When you're buying a HUD home, you can use conventional financing, but you can also use FHA financing. And should you do that, then let's have this conversation, right? So FHA has minimum property standards, and they're only flexible with that with HUD. So say the HUD home has something going on with the flooring.
It needs carpet.
Just things about it that needs some, improvement. You can still buy that home using FHA financing because HUD and FHA are working together with this. So if you were trying to buy this home in the traditional setting, you wouldn't have the flexibility. But because it's a HUD home, you have flexibility with those FHA minimum property standards, okay? So you'll see where it says insurable, it'll say insurable with escrow, or it'll say uninsurable. So HUD will allow, FHA will allow you to buy a home that needs repairs. So we can go right through it. Insurable, it meets FHA financing requirements. So we're good with that. No obvious repairs necessary to insure an FHA loan to the buyer. Then you have insurable with escrow. And so now this is what we're talking about. What mom said, you go into a home and the carpet is maybe not even there. And perhaps there's some issues with the trim around the window,
Could be some plumbing,
those things, right? So when HUD has this appraisal done and these inspections done, they know. And so they go ahead and label that home, hey, put this code on there, insurable with escrow. And so you can have as up to $10,000 worth of escrow that needs to be done to the home. So this is great news. You may find a home that needs some things done to it, but you don't have to discount that home and say, you know what, we're not going to get it. You can still get it and have this escrow available for you. You want to explain how that escrow works, that money?
Sure. So you don't get an additional $10,000 worth of repair money. They don't give you, does not give you the repair money. But what they will allow is for your lender to add the additional $10,000 in escrows to your loan amount. And then it will be held in escrow so that when it's time for the repairs to be done, that money can be divvied out to the contractors or the contractor who's doing the work.
Right.
So in essence, you are paying for those repairs up to $10,000. And as long as you can qualify for that additional, whatever, 2, 25, 5,000, 10, then you're good.
Yep. So that's really great. And uninsurable is the property requires more extensive repairs after the close of escrow and is not eligible for FHA mortgage insurance, and the property is as is condition. So that's where, it's too much repairs that's needed. So it's going past that $10,000. So now we have to look at buying this home, conventional financing. Okay.
Or cash. If you
or
want
cash. Yeah. Yeah. And so this is just going through what we just said. So there are bidding periods for a home, a HUD home. You have the lottery, that's for the special programs like we mentioned earlier. Good Neighbor Next Door, when it's only on the market for maybe just that, government agencies or nonprofits, those things, it may fall into that category. And then you have general market listings, you have sealed biddings and exclusive biddings, daily biddings, or extended biddings. So it just depends on how long the home has been sitting available on the market, where it'll hit those different bidding periods. Yep. And the lottery rounds, let's talk about that. The lottery rounds is before it hits the general market. So it's just for 7 days and it's only for particular buyers, right? Again, Good Neighbor Next Door, nonprofits and government agencies are able to take advantage of being that lottery round, where they don't have to be concerned with, it being for the general public. And the way
particular homes, because not every home is going to be eligible for the lottery round. So it's particular homes.
Yep. And well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and hit that then, since we kind of got into it. Let's go ahead and hit that, and then we'll be wrapping up. But the general market listings, insured or insured repair escrow, there's a 15 days for owner occupant exclusive. So HUD will have it listed and on their website, and local listing brokers like ourselves will have the listing and put it in what we call our multiple listing service, which kind of trickles down to all the other consumer sites, Zillow and what have you. 15 days, and it could get snatched up in that 15 days by an owner occupant and never open up to investors. But if it goes past that, HUD hasn't been able to have a meeting of the minds with the potential buyer, then now it's going to be open. It's going to open up to the general market, like everyone will have access to it, investors and owner occupants. Yeah. And then uninsured will have 5 days, and then it opens up to all bidders on the 6th day. And all this is on HUDHomestore.com. HUDHomestore.com. That is the official site to be able to search for HUD Homes. And so don't even pay any other site any attention when they say they have HUD Home exclusives and things like that, and they're charging money. No, HUDHomestore.com.
Yeah. So when you go to the HUDHomestore.com site, after you've seen some of these slides that we're presenting to you right here, you're gonna say, oh, I remember them saying that, or I remember seeing that slide. And that's going to help you navigate your way through that site. It's a very user-friendly site. You may have to register yourselves to set up an account, but that's okay, because that way you go right to the account. You can check out everything, and it doesn't matter where you are in the country. You'll see the map. The map has every state in the union there, so you can look up. You can look anywhere, and you can look anytime. It's open 24 hours, 7 days a week. The site is.
Yes. So absolutely. So we're going to make sure you all have the website and you can go there and have a good time searching. If you ever need any assistance with purchasing a HUD home in Georgia, definitely give us a call. We'd love to assist you with that. Yes. And if you're looking to purchase a HUD home in any other state, we can assist you with identifying a brokerage firm in different states as well. Just want to make sure you're in good hands and that you have a pleasant experience with purchasing a HUD home. We have sold many of HUD homes during our, tenure as real estate brokers here in Georgia. And we still have clients that are living in their HUD home and enjoying it and grateful for them. So yeah, Get in contact with us if you need any assistance. We love to assist you. Until next time, have a good day.
Good evening.